Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff, aka Gcurse here. Welcome to another installment of my Sunday morning retro featuring Donkey Kong Country. It is currently 9:18 a.m. on the 31st of May 2025. Even though I'm recording on Saturday, this is going to be uploaded and viewable on the 1st of June 2025, which is, a Sunday. Well, you can feel it, can't you, ladies and gentlemen? We are in a new month, and, time just continues to pass us by. I always hear that, basically, every day is a new day. It's a chance for new things and all that stuff. Time never stands still. Well, I honestly do not believe that. To those who may not know, my mom passed away a few years ago. I was the one that actually found her when she was dead. However, when I did find her, I was attempting CPR. I did not realize that my mom, she was dead for a couple hours. And to be blunt, it seems like to be blunt, it feels like I'm stuck. I'm literally stuck in that moment of time. I personally feel that if you either witness somebody dying, or you held somebody who's dead, or you are unable to save somebody, I think it does something to that person. And it's on a scale that cannot be fixed. No matter how much counseling somebody says, oh, go to counseling, it doesn't fix it. Not in my opinion. I think that once you have either witnessed somebody dying, you have seen a dead person, or you held a dead person, I think it kind of scars you for the rest of your life. It does something to you on a very, you know, deep level. And for me, it just feels like time does not change. Granted, yeah, I know that, it's been, God, let me do the math real quick, rough math, let's just say. Uh let's it's been a little over, give or take a couple months. It's been a little over 1,277 days since my mom passed away. And I know that time, that the days change, days pass, but it just doesn't feel like it to me. It feels like I'm literally stuck. It feels like I'm fucking stuck in that moment. There are days that it somewhat feels normal, but then there are days that I just fucking hate waking up. I fucking hate waking up because of the fact that, of her passing away, like it's just something I cannot get past. So I try to do things that, keeps me going, makes me happy. And, video games is one of them, but it's hard because they're like, I'm looking at it, they're saying new month is coming, but to me June is the same as October. June, it could literally be Christmas, and to me I will literally still be stuck. I'm fucking stuck in the past. But and like I said, it's weird because I know it's in the past, and things change, but to me it just feels like I'm frozen, frozen in time. But enough about that. It's just, yeah, it's just one of those days. It's one of those days. Anyway, let's do the normal morning stuff, shall we? So let's check the local weather real quick. Thanks. It is currently 62 degrees, cloudy, or partly cloudy, I guess you could really say. Let's see here. Ooh, shower and spots this morning. Otherwise, is this Kelso? Yeah, it says Kelso. Damn. I better go and check, make sure it's not raining outside when I get done recording this, because I got some windows open, because it was pretty nice this morning. Anyway, shower and spots this morning, otherwise cooler with times of clouds and sun, high 67. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 46. It is mostly sunny, 62. Feels like, wow, feels like 71. Doesn't feel that warm, honestly. 62 in the shade, wind northwest 3, wind gust 7, air quality. It's supposed to be pleasant tomorrow. I'm wondering, does it actually, I wish it would actually give a definition like what they mean by pleasant. But anyway, so June 1st, it's supposed to be 73 high, probably sunny and pleasant. Let's take a quick look at the daily, shall we? But yeah, that's just something. It's like they always say, like I tell everybody, like, how are you doing today, Jeff? When I'm at work, and I kind of have to lie, because it'd be a real fucking downer if I'm like, yeah, my mom died several years ago, and I'm stuck in time. Like especially when you're working with people who have disabilities, they may not understand what you're trying to say. So basically, I gotta put on a smile and you go, oh, I'm feeling great, and on the inside, I just feel frozen. I feel frozen, like nothing has fucking changed in over 1,277 fucking days. So let's take a look at the week ahead. Starting Monday, when I return to work for the work week, mostly sunny and pleasant. That's nice. Clouds to start, sunshine returns. That's nice. Do we have any rain coming up? No, it looks like it's actually supposed to be pretty nice. I mean, like, the rain percentages are actually pretty low. The only one that had its 40s today, like I said, after I'm done recording this video, I'm going to go and make sure everything's okay. Let's look at the final week of work, because I have 1 week after this upcoming week. So basically, from the 9th to the 13th, I have one more week and then I'm done for about 2.5 months. So let's see here. Monday the 9th, probably sunny and very warm, 85. Oh my god. 83 on Tuesday, very warm with plenty of sunshine. Uh 80 on Wednesday the 11th, sunny to partly cloudy. Okay. Cloudy with a little morning rain, followed by showers and spots in the afternoon, 57%. It is 75. So we could possibly have thunderstorms depending on how warm it gets. And then the final work day before I go on my vacation, 72, 25%, cloudy. You take it, you take it. What's the first day of summer supposed to look like? First day of summer is on the 21st of June, and it is mostly cloudy, 68. Okay, I can deal with that. I can deal with that. But that is that. Let's take a look at where we are right now, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to start Chim Caverns, and it is the final final map level, whatever you want to call it, before we have the final boss. Basically, that's right. No, we're not facing the Rock. We're facing King K. Rool. I think that's what his name is. So basically, this entire session, it's going to be me doing Chim Caverns and then me finishing this game. And that will be it for this installment of Sunday Morning Retro, featuring Donkey Kong. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited to finally be getting this game completed. Let's see here. On this level, map, stage, whatever the fuck you want to call it, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 We have 6 playable levels with your, your 3 side uh side stages. So basically, I figure at the most it should take about an hour, hour and a half to finish off Chimp Caverns and the final boss fight. The boss fight in this one, it's Necky's Revenge. Like I said, the one flaw that they had with this game is they over relied too much on 4 of the bosses being basically either a slight edits of others or just blatant color swaps. We had 2 fights with Naughty, which was a giant beaver, and then we're gonna have 2 fights with Necky, which is like an ostrich, a vulture. And then between that, we had a giant bee and an oil drum, if I remember correctly. I think those are the only other 2 bosses that we fought. So basically, 4 out of the 6 boss fights were basically kind of, rehashed, or 2 out of the 6, I guess you could really say, was rehashes of previous bosses. So it's just like they couldn't have done anything different. Then we have King K. Rool, but that's the final boss. So the first level we're going to be going up is Tanked Up Trouble. Okay, and then we have Manic Mine Cars. Oh boy, another minecart one. That's another thing. Have you noticed that they really have been also kind of relying on specific tropes? I think that's the right word, tropes, for these levels. And then we have Misty Mine, Loopy Lights. Okay, so I'm guessing this has to be another one of those red light, green light kind of levels. Platform Perils, and then finally Necky's Revenge. That's about it, ladies and gentlemen. So when I return, it will be with the first level, which is, like I said, it is Tanked Up Trouble. So stay tuned. I'll be right back.